Okay, on the old man's MOTS podcast, we have BrothaG here today. Going to do an interview with BrothaG. Now, if you don't know who he is, he's funny, he's cool. He's got a YouTube channel, so when I post this,
Man,
when I post this video,
a whole subscriber list is here. Godly.
I'm going to put in the comment section a link. Hey Biggie, put in a link to his YouTube channel. Please check out his YouTube channel. I'm telling you, he's funny. He's got some good content. Please go subscribe to him and support him. All right. Well, let's get this show on the road. Well, BrothaG, finally got you on the show here. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good. So, do I face your way or like just anywhere?
You you do whatever you want. It's free.
Okay.
How come you ain't got?
All right.
At first, I had to ask you why ain't you got no eyeballs, brother? Oh no, they're way down on the bottom of the head. Never mind. I wasn't looking so good. And the old man's got bad eyes.
Big
So
glitch on my screen.
no, I'm not. I don't see you glitching any. It's they're throwing shit around out there in the audience. So
Okay.
I like to start by asking people want to interview them here. So what got you interested into doing a YouTube channel and making videos?
Well, I mean, I really got interested into doing YouTube mainly. I mean, ever since I joined just different communities on Rec Room, I mean, I like doing podcasts. I like helping people make films, filmmaking and things like that. I mean, I started and hold on. Matter of fact, let me check the first ever YouTube video I ever made. Let me check. Where's it at?
Another
That
one.
was 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago.
Another question.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I got into actually doing YouTube videos is I joined YouTube, I don't know, 2006 or something. Really didn't post but a couple short little videos, not really doing the YouTuber kind of thing. And then a couple years ago, some of my buddies said, you know what you ought to do? He says, when you play video games, even when you're playing by yourself, you're just stupidly funny. You should record yourself playing video games and start putting them on YouTube. And I thought, really? That I don't think that's going to work. So I did it. I started playing video games and put it on YouTube. And next thing I know, people started coming to my channel. I thought, really, people want to watch a drunk old man play video games. Well, 2 years later, I've got a couple thousand subscribers, and I love playing Rec Room. It cracks me up because I've been playing video games with my son, my grandsons, for years and everything. Another question I wanted to ask you because of your voice. Now, when I first got on Rec Room and even some other games, people kept accusing me of using a voice modulator. Did you ever get that?
I think a few times, but I mean, I still don't understand why. I mean, I don't know how to work the voice modulator. The only thing I use is just a Blue Yeti and just a Logitech app. That's about it. Yeah, Blue Yeti mic.
Never heard of a Blue Yeti. I've heard of the white ones that live up in the snowy mountains, but I never heard of a Blue Yeti. Do they live in the oceans?
Nah, they live in my house. That's about
They
it.
live in my
house.
So, are you more of a city guy or a country guy?
I mean, right now, I mean, I'm down a small town in Georgia.
Uh-huh.
So, I
Kind
mean,
of rural guy.
yeah, I mean, I like the slow pace instead of the fast pace because I had my first airplane trip down to Orlando and everything all fast paced, everything all quick. I mean, I like it, but it's not for me right now. I mean, I like the slow pace, taking time with things. So
Yeah,
more.
I was born and raised on a farm until I joined the Navy in 1978. And every time I get near a big city, I just get
Overwhelmed.
cringes, and overwhelmed with all the people and shit.
Yeah.
I don't even like going to the supermarket when it's packed. I like to go like on a Monday morning and shit to go get my stuff. But yeah, me and big cities don't get along. So now don't get offended if I ask you this, but do you have any kids yet?
Nah, no kids, no kids yet. I mean, probably like in 10 years. Probably like in 10 years or
Well, that's
something
good.
like that.
That's good. The way I
Yeah.
like the way you think, because a lot of people. I'm guessing by looking at you on your videos, you're probably in your mid-20s or so, right?
Nah, I'm just 20. Yeah. I turned it 20 back in March.
Really?
So yeah.
Well, good for you. Still ain't old enough to
Yeah.
drink yet, though. Damn it, shit. The old man can't have you over for a beer.
I mean, on the trip I tried, some alcohol, but like that shit horrible. I can't lie. That shit horrible. Bro, I'm gonna sit to my water, my juice, my soda, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not drinking alcohol no time soon, man. That's
Well,
horrible.
I come from a German family, so basically, yeah, the young men, they started drinking beer like 13, 14 years old.
Y'all be drinking beer like water.
Yeah,
I'm
we
saying so.
other thing people think's crazy when they come over to my house, my friends and stuff, is that I don't keep my beer in the fridge like most people do. I just leave it sitting in a case on the floor because I drink it warm. They think that's nuts. They think I do it.
I mean, I drink my Yahoo warm, so
Beer. Most people don't like warm beer, but it's a German thing. If you go to Germany, they don't refrigerate their beer. You get more of the flavor and stuff. It's more of a texture and flavor thing than it is getting drunk thing. I never really drink enough to get drunk. I just drink enough to get silly. Like I really need drinking beer to get silly. So,
okay.
well, I ran into the other day at what was it? Late Rose's talk show. Talk show. Yeah.
Rose late night talk. Yes, you sound like that. Yeah.
That was.
Shout out Rose.
Yeah, that was. What's funny was the next day she sent me a friend request. But anyway.
She just not adding you?
Yeah, I thought she had invited me a few times in the past. Never got on stage. I think maybe once, but I can't remember. But then before that, first time I met you is when they were taking the runway pictures for the Golden Awards.
Oh yeah. Shout out Golden Age Studio. Shout out Eston for the Golden Awards. Can't wait for that. I think it's in August. I think August 30th. It should be the new date.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be July 27th to begin with. Or
Yeah. No. It was gonna be July 19th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. So
right.
Yeah, 19th. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're nominated for like at least 3 categories, aren't you?
Yeah. Matter of fact, speaking of that, let me find the photos I have because I still got it. But thank God I got nominated. Yo, oh my gosh.
I was kind of surprised when somebody sent me a message on my Discord server saying, "Hey, you've been nominated." Like, for what? I went to go look. It's like, oh, I know some of these guys. Shit. Yeah, I've only been.
I was jumping with joy.
I've only been doing, like I said, Rec Room for about 2 years. Got to tell you, when I first got on, I didn't like it at all. It was just a bunch of little kids.
What is it?
Well, it was just a bunch of little kids running around throwing trash cans on your head and cussing and stuff. And of course, first place I went was a rec center. I hadn't learned how to use my watch and everything to find other things to do. So I got off and didn't come back on for about a year. And then when I did, because I saw some videos on YouTube, I'm going like, oh, it looks like there's a lot of other cool places to go and things to do. And so I started doing it. And then the way I got into the talk show scene was before this happens, because this happens sometimes, Bonkers got my shirt on. Bonkers, how you doing?
Yo, shout out Bonkers.
No, he's got my shirt on. Subscribe to my cat's fat. Oh, Bonkers
shit.
just left.
Oh shit.
Oh, I guess I should say this just in case it happens. Rec Room does this a lot to me when I'm on stage. They'll kick me back to my rec room. So if I disappear for no reason at all, give me a minute. I'll be right back, okay? So, yeah, we were talking about how I got started in talk shows. So what happened was somebody I had met, Dino S. Basics, I believe was the one. Dino, he likes to pronounce Dino. They were opening up a bar with a stage and everything in it, and he asked me if I could come do a stand-up show for their grand opening. And I was like, "You mean like comedy?" "Yeah," and I'm like, "Sure, why not?" So I went there for his grand opening. Did about a 40-minute set on stage, and next thing I know, everybody's friending me. Then some guy named one of my first friends I met, Ego, the original Ego, who goes by the name at Mason Harold. He asked me one day, he says, "Hey, I want to show you something." And he takes me to this place called the Cat Talk Show. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of ironic. And he goes, "No, it's your room." Dude, I set up this room for you to come do your own talk show and stuff like that. And I was like, cool.
That's good.
Well, and then so I did a few shows in there, and the next thing I know, I've got Lilco True, who, by the way, is the one that made my shirt, made my profile picture. He's another YouTuber. He had a surprise for me one day, and he took me to this big hall that's a stage show. And he goes, and it's got my my silhouettes all over. I'm like, no way. Dude, did you just build me a stage show? And he was like, "Yeah, dude, have fun." And I'm like, holy crap. So I did a few stage shows there, and then on one of them, Metabite, if you're familiar with the Big Three talk show.
Oh, yeah. Shout out TJ.
Yeah, TJ and Flameless. And what happened was Metabite, after the show, asked me, said, "Hey, can we at the Big Three, what do they say, back you up or something like that?" And
collaborate or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. And I said, sure. Or sponsor me. She said, sponsor my show.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, well, I don't know what that means, but sounds good to me. And she told me, hey, show up at the Big Three next Friday, sent me an invite. So I got to the Big Three that next Friday, and it was near the end of their season 1, and they were only going to do a couple more shows. They weren't going to do a season 2. And so they invited me up on stage, and of course, yeah, when the old man gets going, he don't stop, and a lot of crazy shit happened. And next thing I know, they invited me back to the show the next weekend. And then I show up, and I'm sitting in the front row, and Flameless is announcing that, well, we weren't going to do a season 2 of the Big Three talk show, but for some reason we changed our mind. Can anybody guess why? And everybody starts pointing and yelling my name, pointing at me and yelling my name. I'm sitting there like, what, me? The hell did I do? And he goes, we bring the old man up on stage. So for two more shows in season 1, they made me co-host, part owner of the show or something like that. Then I guess now into season 3, I don't show up that much anymore. They haven't got a regular time schedule, but it just kind of went from there. Then someone else comes up and goes, hey, I just built you this place. Then he builds me my studio, which is where I do my regular just talk shows and stuff. But yeah, I haven't built a damn thing since I've been on Rec Room. Everything, and like you saw in my dorm room earlier, everything has just been made and given to me. And that's how I got my little shove along to go do more entertainment stuff. I got to say, I love it. And then I just started doing more of it on YouTube. And man, for a retired old man, it's become a fun-ass hobby, I'm telling you.
Have you got paid for it yet?
No, I don't monetize my channel.
Okay.
I'm not bragging, but the old man isn't really looking for money. He's just looking to have fun with friends. That's about all I do. Making stupid-ass videos.
That's what we need most nowadays. That's what we need now.
Well, that's what I that's
We
what I
like that.
that's what I love about your YouTube channel is like it's all humor based. It's always mostly everything is something funny about this, something funny about that. And if any of you guys weren't here earlier, like I said, you need to go check out Brother G's YouTube channel. Uh, it's fun, it's entertaining, and Brother G's just a really cool dude. I mean, seriously, he really is. Wait till you see what he looks like. He doesn't look like a warlock like me. It's kind of funny. Is I've actually used to tell people what I look like one of those Duck Dynasty son of a guns. You know.
Yo, I was just gonna bring up the Duck Dynasty show. What's his name? Psy? Yeah, Psy
Oh,
with the saber
cracks
tip or
me.
something.
God, that
Yeah,
dude is
yeah.
so stupid but funny.
Yo, it's been some years. I mean, I remember Duck Dynasty, Honey Boo Boo, all the old TLC shows, the cake battles and everything like that. Yo, those. Oh my gosh, bro. Yo, I miss watching old TV instead of just watching the whole YouTube and streaming.
Did you know
Um,
that Duck Dynasty? They just started. What was it? Two Sundays ago. They now have what's called the Duck Dynasty revival. So now all the kids are grown up, and now the parents are trying to figure out how to instill the Duck Dynasty, you know, uh,
Brain.
background, yeah, and bringing
Yeah.
up and stuff into these kids, and they're all just like dressing funny, got their cell phones out all the time and shit. Yeah, you might want to check that show out because it's actually pretty damn funny.
Yo,
So,
how old is Duck Dynasty? It's been some years.
oh yeah, it must have come out like first one like 20 years ago, maybe. Yeah,
Damn.
something like that. Yeah,
What?
because they weren't even all that fat yet, and Cy wasn't that old. But Cy, the dude with he's always got his damn jug of tea and his
Yeah.
cup of tea, man. Cy,
Yeah.
and he says the dumbest damn shit, and that's what makes it so funny. The other thing that's funny is that Willie, supposedly the company CEO, nobody gives his ass any respect. They never give him any respect. Okay, so let me ask you this:
Okay.
before playing Rec Room, before doing YouTube and all that, what kind of video games did you like to play?
Shoot. I mean, I remember back then before doing all that, before the rec room, I just did like Fortnite, of course, back then. Um,
I ain't never
bootleg Minecraft sometimes. Minecraft, the real one.
bootleg.
Yeah.
That's the one where you
Um,
get for free.
hell yeah, yeah. I remember back in fifth grade, like on the bleachers, it's one of my friends, he showed me how to do it on the tablet. You know, we call it like
Yeah,
Spider-Man mobile game.
yeah. You
Just
guys,
what do you call it?
see, you guys grew up with all this cool technology. Me back in the
Like,
days, my first video game was literally Pong on a black and white TV. All you had was a dial and a button.
I mean, I think I remember holding a Game Boy like a long ass time ago. So,
Yeah, they didn't have
um,
they didn't have any Game Boys when I was growing up either. Matter of fact, they didn't really have jack shit when I was growing
damn
up.
man, how old are you, man? God damn.
I'm 64.
God damn. You probably the oldest person I met in this game. Like the first old person I met was 55, and then 60, now 64. Golly.
They actually have some groups here on Rec Room or some rooms, I should say, private rooms where they're for older people, but they're just like for 30 and above, most of them.
30 and above.
Yeah,
So
and
in
then
10 years,
so you
I'll
got
be
to
good.
so
I'll
in
be
10
good.
years you'll be
I
good.
got you. I got you.
Well, it depends. I don't know if 10 years you might be good for that show, but I don't know what you're going to be, what kind of shape you're going to be in 10 years.
Shit, probably the same shape I am now.
Probably the same
Fat and
shape.
muscular, you know. So
Shit. Yeah, you
yeah,
do look pretty.
yeah.
You do look like a beefy young guy in real life. So what do you do for a living?
I'm just working a warehouse, you know, try to get his YouTube up, to stream it up to get some more money, you know. Still trying to figure out my stuff, you know. Um, like I said, no babies yet. You know, I'm still trying to, you know, help my mama and grandpa with this house, help myself out. Um, yeah, just
Well,
I have so much free time, bro. Just that's the problem. So much free time right now.
well, it sounds like you're being a very responsible young man. If you don't mind me calling you young man, anybody
Yeah.
anybody under 50 is a young man to me. But yeah, well, at least it doesn't sound like you're making any mistakes. You're making all the right and the smart moves and decisions and stuff. And love the fact you're taking care of your elders and everything. You don't see a lot of that today when it comes to kids. They just like all they think about and care about is themselves. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank God I got discipline with a belt. So thank
Oh,
God.
oh, I did too. Matter of fact, with tree twigs. This is how my dad, he used to
Hmm.
mentally whoop my ass. Okay, he'd take me out back for something I did and go, boy, go cut
Yeah.
me
He tells
down,
you.
go cut me down a
Yeah.
tree
Yeah.
switch, and I'd bring a
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd bring
Yeah.
a small tree switch, and he'd be like, what the fuck is that? No, I told you to get me a switch, bitch. Get out there, and I get a bigger one, and the whole time I'm crying like I'm already getting beat, going, oh my God, no, that ain't big enough. Go get you a bigger switch, boy. You done wrong. Finally come back with a great big ass switch. He'd like, now, that's something I can beat your ass with. Bend over. I'd bend over. He'd give me like one big whack, and then he'd quit. And he goes, yeah, that was a good stick. And I swear, I was crying in pain the whole time, going like, how big of a goddamn stick do I gotta get? Shit. And they come back with a fence pole next time.
God damn. What?
Mind games. Yeah, back then parents knew how to punish you without. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, there was no. I'm going to take away your Game Boy, your cell phones. Like we had no idea what the hell that shit was back then. So
I mean, the belt and the fly swatter. So about it.
I remember the last time I got beat with a belt. It was from my mom, and I think I was like 15 or 16. Can't remember what the hell I did because I was always up to some kind of nasty shit. But yeah, she laid me over the couch and she started whacking me with my dad's belt. And every time she whacked me, I just started laughing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it was almost humorous at that point. It was like, did it hurt? Yeah, but it didn't hurt that bad. I started laughing every time she whacked me. What's so damn funny? It's like, I don't know. It doesn't hurt like it used to. And then she'd hit me again, and I'd laugh harder. Next thing I know, she's laughing. So she's smacking the shit out of my ass, laughing while I'm laughing. And we're both just sitting there laughing while she's whacking the shit out of me. Then she just sits down on the couch, kind of out of breath, goes, it ain't the same thing. I know, Mama. It ain't beating the old boy ain't the same thing as it used to be, huh? We just watched some TV and laughed about it and shit. That was the last time I got my ass whipped. Even Dad thought that was funny when he got home. So there was no more switches and belts. But I did get my ass kicked out of the house eventually. Well, I got emancipated when I was 15. So did
What's that
my.
mean?
That's where you sign court papers and you say Mom and Dad aren't legally obligated to do shit for you anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's got to be voluntary. The parents can't just make you do it. But I wanted to. They wanted me to get out of the house. My older sister actually was emancipated at 15 also. So basically, back then, back in the 70s, it was like kids wanted to get the hell out of the house and go do their own thing, And I was emancipated for like 2 years. Then I joined the Navy. And I love that. I'm glad I did that when I did. Kind of.
What was that like, being in the Navy?
Oh, it was great, man. They finally put some meaning into my life, some discipline, some
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah.
Taught me what I should and shouldn't do, and they didn't have to beat me with a belt. They had a lot of different ways of screwing with you when you're in the service. I'm telling you, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. But what I did see, I got to see at 17, man. I got to go overseas. I got to see so many countries. I think I seen like 13, 14 different countries.
Man.
While I was in the Navy, yeah.
Bro, I need to travel the world some more because I remember that I found like last week, like my first time ever, what do you call it? Riding an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, god damn, like out of the country, just walking around the beach, just exploring things. It's not like Georgia. It's not like Georgia.
No, it's not like Georgia. Actually,
But it's still hot as hell.
it is hot as hell down there in Georgia, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I live in Idaho, and I got to tell you, we definitely get all 4 seasons, but whew, it does get hot here in the summertime. People think, well, you're up there near and in the mountains and stuff. It's like, yeah, but you're closer to the sun, damn it. You know? It's hot. Well,
wait.
What?
Matter of fact, that's probably why you keep getting kicked back to your room. It's the Wi-Fi, this interference, because you're out in the mountains and shit.
No, I got cable.
Out in the mountains. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got cable. Like, yeah, I've had cable for like since I first brought it in this neighborhood. Like, well, my mom, gosh damn it, I called my wife my mom again. Well, she treats me like one of her kids. Damn it. Yeah, we bought this house.
How long have you been married?
46 years.
Damn. 2 of me's.
And yeah, we bought this house here in Idaho back in 1988.
How much was the house back then? Like compared to now?
Oh, this is funny. It's a ranch style house with sitting on about a half an acre, nothing fancy. We bought it for $70,000 in 1988.
Yeah,
ended up paying it off actually in a couple years. We had a 15-year loan, but we kept paying principal off, so we actually paid it off in about 7 years. And right now, the house is worth about $340,000.
Oh my gosh! Holy shit!
Mostly
70 bands to 300.
340,000. Yeah. Well, because of the land, because of the half acre. Yeah, you don't get a half acre lots with houses here in Idaho or anywhere anymore. So, yeah. So when me and the missus go, the kids and grandkids and I even got 3 great grandkids. They are going. They're going to be set for life. They can either come live in this place, sell it. Plus the backyard's full of all of my old hot rods and shit and stuff. So yeah, built me a big shop back there. I love building hot rods and motorcycles and stuff. That was between that and electronics. That's pretty much what the old man's done most of his life. Did that in the Navy and did that when I got out.
So how long were you in the Navy for?
I was only in for 4 years.
4 years.
Okay. I ended up having to. Well, I was signed on to do a lot longer, but I got in an accident where I got run over by a car and spent like 9.5 months in a hospital getting put back together. And
what was it like getting hit by a car?
I don't remember even getting hit by a car. I just woke up in the hospital like 2 weeks later. I'd been in a coma, and evidently I'd got thrown forward and landed face first on the pavement, so it busted up all my face and my hands. And so when I woke up, I had no face. I couldn't see.
Shit.
Yeah, I couldn't see. I couldn't open up my eyes. I couldn't open up my mouth because it was sewn shut. And when I did, and I couldn't touch my hands. I was like, what the hell? With my face, with my hands, because they had my hands strapped down to the side of the bed so I wouldn't. Oh, see you later, Big E. All right. Hey, Cheesy. I'm sorry I didn't see you there. And I couldn't reach up and touch. And then eventually my hearing came back by a few days later. And I could hear people talking around me, but I couldn't make out what was going on. And finally they cut my hands loose, and I was able to come up and try to touch my face. And that's when I freaked out. I thought, fuck, I've died and gone to heaven or hell. I don't even have a face no more. And I'm hearing angels or some shit. Why am I on this bed strapped down and shit like this? Yeah, it was a pretty freaky experience. But you know what? The old man made the best out of that too, because even though I spent 9.5 months in this military hospital, I would sneak out, and I'd go downtown on the bus, and I'd go to the radio control store, and I'd buy radio control cars and shit. And then I'd come back, and I'd build radio control cars and shit in my room, and then race them up and down the halls. And since I'd been there so long, actually, at the nurse's desk, we used to play this little deal in the day in the evenings where I would deliver people their pills, the ones that could get out of bed. So they
Yeah.
they would tape a cup or a couple cups on top of one of my RC cars, put the guy's pills in there, tell me what room, and I'd run down to that room, and I'd go in the room, and these people look forward to this delivery of pills there, you know what I'm saying, every day, a couple times a day. And then they would put the car back out in the hall, and they wave, thanks for the pills, and I'd bring it back, and then I'd fill it up with some more pills. So actually, I guess you could say I was a pill runner when I was in the Navy. But they were all legal shit.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we've been here at it for a while. Is there anything you want to bring up or say before we end this little conversation?
Damn, it's been 32 minutes already. God damn. But
time flies by when you're having fun with the old man. That's something I just made up.
that's another reason I love doing podcasts, because you can sit there for an hour or 2 hours and it feel like 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So like when I started my podcast, like I started like just interviewing because I wanted to get to know people, and plus it's a good learning experience how to like learn yourself and like just talk better. You know what I'm saying? So like you're building a community while helping other people build their community as well.
Exactly. And that's why I always, whenever, even some that aren't that talented, I've had a lot of young kids, you know, kind of asking me, it's like, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And doing things and stuff. And and I'm like,
networking.
Well, you know what? I never saw myself as, look, I'm above or better than anybody else because of how many subs I got on YouTube or Rec Room or anything like that. I was always there, like you were saying, for the community. Yeah, I'll help you out. And then they turn around and they help the old man out. Now, me, I never had had a biggest problem most of them have is has been overcoming talking in public. You know, me, I never had that problem. I was I was a class clown when I was a kid. I actually used to do stand-up comedy in little bars here and there when I was growing up for free drinks and shit. So I was no stranger of standing on the stage and talking in front of people in public and stuff. And so there's been a few of them actually who've actually come to my dorm room, and we've actually sat and practiced talking. Me asking questions, them answering, get them ready to go on stage and stuff and everything. And
I like that.
And then of course like shows like the Maker Pen Talk Show, the Big Three and stuff. I had to pull all the tight threads out of their butts to get them going.
That's good because we need more people like you and me to help people build themselves up. There's so many creative people out here on the game, but they're just too shy or just shy and like this and like they talk themselves down every single day. Like there's so many creative artistic people on this game.
You know, another thing I found
that nobody knows anything about.
You know, another thing I found that hey Rich, what's happening? Oh, my buddy Bronx Rich just showed up. He's in the actual room, not in here.
Okay.
So yeah, Rich plays also. He's 65.
Okay.
Me and him been playing video games since around the mid '90s together. Me and him and some other buddies, we had a clan called the Litter Box.
The Litter Box.
Yeah, because even back then we were in our 30s. We were a bunch of old turds hanging around, stinking the place up for the young kids. So we called our clan the Litter Box.
Come on.
And that's how I ended up getting my name. Trying to come up with a cool name.
Oh.
And I had
Cat's Litter Box. Okay, I get you.
Well, the name came first for me. I was trying to come up with a cool name online when we first got, like, believe it or not, AOL out here and on dial-up. And
yeah, I remember that.
And I'm sitting there trying to come up with a name. It's like, nope, somebody's got that, but you could put a 1, 2, 3, 4. Roscoe, shut the hell up. Damn, that's my dog. He's my schnoodle. I love him to death. One day I'm going to strangle him to death if he don't knock it off. Well, anyway, so what happened was I had a 46-pound cat.
God damn.
And he was a big Maine
Oh,
Coon.
dumbbell.
He was a big old Maine Coon. Yeah, he weighed like two bowling balls worth. So anyway, I'm sitting on my bar stool. He's sitting on the bar stool next to me, and I'm trying to come up with names. And he kind of and rolls back and
Oh,
busts
my
the
cat's too fat.
yeah, and he busted off the back of my brand new bar stool, landed on the floor, but his ass was hanging to the chair because he had a crook tail, and one of his crook tails was hung on one of the rungs. And boy, he's just going nuts and shit, looking at me like I had done something to him, and about got my ass chewed up trying to get his ass off the fucking broken chair and shit. And he ran away, and I'm all clawed up. I'm like, my cat's too fat. And I went, hey, let's try that name. And I typed that in there, and well, guess what? Nobody had that name because most people had more common sense to name themselves something stupid like that. But I've kept it ever since because I still run across people who have actually played with me years ago and coming and going like, I know you. I know you.
Well, keep that name because that name is original, it's funny, and plus it has a meaning to it, so you can't really change it at this point. So
I was going to ask you about your name, the G.
shit, I mean,
What does the G stand
the
for?
G, shit, my first name.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, at first
Yeah,
I
it's
thought,
fake yeah.
no, not G.
You said G
Williger.
Willikers.
Shit. You got to remember, he's an old fuck too. Shit.
We didn't even say G Willikers no more.
You just did. What do you mean we don't say that anymore? All right. Well, I won't ask you to give your real name out. You know what's funny is I found out a couple years ago somebody started typing my real name in the comment section. And my real full name, all three. And I was like, how did you figure out who the hell I was? And he goes, dude, if you Google my cat's too fat, they tell you who you are. And it's like, what? Wait a minute.
They do?
Yeah, so I Googled myself, and sure as shit, they showed some of the old forums I used to go on and talk on. And then there was a few like where they literally give my stats and shit and my whole name. I'm like, well, fuck.
Damn, you pop it like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
how the hell did I end up getting exposed on Google? Them motherfuckers.
Hey, bro, it's Google everything you need, everything you want. Yeah.
Except how to get rid of my wife without anybody noticing.
What?
Rich is like, oh, now he's in the room. There's Rich. He's dressed like the little queer farm boy right there in the middle.
Red gave me the hair.
I got-
The hat. He gave me the glasses and he gave me the shirt.
Yeah, and he's been laughing his
Holy
ass
shit.
he's been laughing his ass off ever since. So anyways, brother, yeah, we've been at this for quite a while. Once I get going, sometimes I don't stop. So
That's a good.
that's good. That's a good. By the way, next to you, the action figure. Are you able to grab that one? I'm trying to figure. Yeah, that one still works. When you pull the trigger, does it still?
How come I can't fly in your room?
Yep. Poop on them guys out there. There we go. All right. I love to end the show. I love to end the show with a good pooping. Can't say much more about it than that.
Wait, hold on. Before we leave,
Yeah.
have you thought about doing like record movies?
Shit.
I'm here.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Get me right back.
Oh no. I just got a code of conduct warning.
You didn't even say nothing.
I said something. I just got a code of conduct warning. And they stripped my room, took my voice. Oh, no, I still got my voice. Oh, motherfuckers give me.
How you doing?
Hang on. I'm going to come back anyway. Yeah, I got a damn ticket in my own frickin' room.
Play piano?
I'm coming back.
Come on. We'll make these names.
Wait a minute. I'm not recording any of this, what you two are talking about. Hang on. Get me back in my room. Rec room.
My cat's in the room. He's coming. He got to run down the hole.
Oh shit. Yes.
Yeah, they wrote me a ticket. They kicked me on purpose. I got it on. Get out of the chair. I hate rec room chairs. I didn't mean to sit down in the chair. Yeah, they gave me one of the code of conduct tickets and stuff. So I'm not surprised.
Oh, bro, listen. That's why, like, on every podcast I do, like on my channel, that's why I always bring them to a private room. So, like, when I'm recording and I do a live event, I always go to a private room instead of.
Oh, I've tried that. It don't even work with Rec Room. They're on to me. I think they've got some kind of.
That's as you. They don't like you at all.
Well,
God.
I've actually got this on film. On multiple occasions, I've actually. Check this out. A lot of people don't think it's real, but I've got video to prove it. I've actually gotten kicked out of my own dorm room for talking.
Yeah?
Yeah, for things I've said, given a ticket, voice banned. And stuff, and I'm like, really? In my own dorm room? Yeah, a couple weeks, me and my friend Toby Keith, we were singing a Johnny Cash song. We weren't even cussing. We were sitting there. He gave me some of these Freddie Mercury microphones to go in my crazy ass looking dorm room, right? And we're in there just singing this old Johnny Cash song, and boom, we both get kicked out and ended up getting one of these warnings. And it was like, what the heck was that? Really? It's almost like I can't even take a poop in my own bathroom at home while the cops kicking down the door and coming in and going, I don't think you wiped your bottom properly, brother. We're going to have to give you a ticket for that shit. They called that. Rich, I can hear you sitting on the couch, but the people in the audience, he can't hear you in the audience. He's just all he's looking at is the game farm boy. Yeah, what?
Did you guys hear about the two Democratic?
Oh yeah, babe. Yeah, babe. We did about the shooting. Yeah, sorry. That's brother. We're right in the middle of a.
I just asked if I could ask you a question. You said yes.
Well, yes, we did.
You know that those two that were shot at, one was killed, the other one still might die. That they were getting ready to change their vote to Republican.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were siding with the Republicans.
Guy, right?
Okay, enough political. Okay,
No, this is.
babe, I'm in the middle of a podcast.
People looking at it like.
She don't get it. All right, you get it. All right, you get it. You're right. You're right. It was my fault. I should have said no. Except whenever your wife asks you something, you say no. All of a sudden, it's like, why? What the hell's? All I was going to do was, what'd you say? Yeah, looks like I'm going to be in trouble here in a minute. All right. Well, Brother G, thanks for coming over and doing the podcast with me. Like I said, if any of you haven't checked out his channel, check out his YouTube channel, okay? He's funny. He does a lot of different stuff. I will leave a link to your YouTube channel in the comment section of this video.
I don't even know how to get on YouTube. What are you talking about?
You talk to me. That's a flat out lie. He lies like Gavin Newsom. He comments. He's got his own YouTube channel. And he comments on mine, and he don't know how to get on YouTube. Maybe I should write YouTube on the front of my door, and you won't be able to figure out how the hell to get in my house again. So, anyways, I go around the back. People neighbors be wondering why there's YouTube channels all over my damn. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Send me on Discord. Send me the link you want me to use, and I'll use that one. Okay.
All right, bet I got you.
All right. Well, you guys, that's the end of the podcast for tonight. Thank you, Brother G, for coming out. All right. We don't want your ass on stage. You look like a gay farm boy. Jeez, how many times? All gays have blue, green. If you got colored hair, you're about as fruity as a pickle, or fruity as a
apple, banana, pickle.
Yeah, bananas. That's right. That's not fruit. Well, it depends on what you do with it. All right, Brother G. Catch you later. We're out of here.
All right, bet.
All right. You have a good one.
What's this? Oh, curtains. Oh shit. Oh shit. They got
Yeah,
curtains.
that's
oh,
where-
shit. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh shit. It's
We're a little classy. We actually have curtains.